The Guiding Light, episode 6676, take one.
Joe, I want you to remember one thing. No matter what is said, no matter what happens, I love you. I always will. That won't change. So if you start to feel differently and you want to come back, I'll be here. I'll be yours.
You've made this too important, Charlotte. Well, I guess that's one of the dangers.
A lot of dangers. And one of the misfortunes is that I fell in love with you. Joe, wait. One more favor. Maybe it's even a sacrifice.
What?
Will you kiss me goodbye?
No. It wouldn't mean anything, Charlotte. It wouldn't even complicate matters if that's what you're thinking.
No, I was thinking it would make me happy. You can afford to be generous now. Well, if you won't kiss me, then I'll kiss you.
So it's true. And now they're going upstairs to be together. Oh my God.
That was foolish and pointless. But it was the last time, ever. Goodbye.
Joe!
The Guiding Light, presented by Crisco Oil. Crisco Oil fries practically grease-free. And by Downy, the fabric softener that makes your clothes smell April fresh.
What a waste. And nothing really accomplished. Ed was right. Charlotte's not to be trusted, no matter what she says about not wanting to hurt anyone. I don't believe her. And I'd be a fool to rely on that kind of promise. So, the only thing I can do to protect Sara is to go to her and tell her the truth. The whole truth this time.
Hello?
Sara, I wasn't sure if you were home.
Yes, I got away from the clinic a little early.
Well, I know. I didn't know what had happened. I stopped by here to pick you up, and they told me you'd already left. Are you feeling all right?
Well, yes, I'm fine. I had a chance to leave, and I was anxious to get home, so I came.
Why? Is anything wrong?
Well, no, nothing. I just had something I wanted to do here. Look, why don't you come home and I'll explain it to you?
All right.
Are you at the hospital now?
Yeah. I can be home in a few minutes.
Well, fine. I'll be expecting you. But come straight home, all right?
Sure, right away.
I'll see you soon, then.
All right.
Bye. Final touch. Candles.
I want it to be right. And I'm not even sure why. Or what I expect to accomplish. A pleasant dinner or something more. Oh, Sarah, stop being so analytical. You've only got a few minutes and 1,000 more important things to do. What a fool I've been. All the time pouring my heart out to her about Joe and how I loved him. And all the while she and Joe were... She has to be taught a lesson. Made to realize that she can never ever do anything like this to anyone else. Since I'm the only one who knows what she's really like, I've got to be the one to stop her. But how? I mustn't let on to her that I know yet. And what about Joe? He's not going to get off scot-free either. But that's easy. One call to Dr. Jackson to tell him what kind of man his chief of staff really is. An anonymous friend, I'll say. He'll never know.
He's not at the hospital now. Home. He's home.
Hello? Hello, this is Dr. Jackson speaking.
I can't. I just can't.
Our program will continue in a moment.
Hello?
Michael?
Yes, hello, Steve.
I'm sorry to call so late. I just was wondering how things were going over there.
Oh, everything's fine.
Did Leslie just try to call me a moment ago by any chance?
No, not that I know of. She's been upstairs resting since we finished dinner. Why?
Well, the phone rang. I picked it up, and there was nobody there. I thought that maybe Leslie was trying to reach me or something.
Oh, well, no, I don't think so, Steve.
Well, how is she?
She's all right. Not sick or anything, just a little tired, I guess.
Well, in that case, we'll let her rest. I'll give her my best, and I'm sorry to disturb you this late.
No, that's no problem. Good night, Steve.
Well, who is that?
Oh, that was your father.
So late. Is anything wrong?
No, his phone rang and nobody was on the other and he thought it might be you. It was probably just the wrong numbers.
Mm.
He said everything was fine, wanted to know how you were. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't volunteer anything, so I guess I'm gonna have to ask. What happened when you went to the hospital to pick up your dad this afternoon?
Happened. You mean, did I tell my father that I know that Madeline Ballinger is my mother?
Did you?
No. I was going to, but we were interrupted. But then I decided I wouldn't.
I see.
You think I'm wrong, don't you?
No, I know it's a real problem for you, honey. I guess you have your reasons.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a coward.
Honey, what's there to be afraid of?
Anyway, when I got there, I went up to his room because he wasn't waiting in the lobby. And when I walked in, he was standing there. And he looked so unhappy. He'd just gotten a note from her saying that she was going away. And he seemed so depressed, almost guilty.
Guilty? Why?
He wanted me to understand that he didn't send her away. That he wasn't responsible for her leaving. For some reason, he thought I would think that. And the other strange thing was, she didn't say she was coming back. She just said she was going.
Well, she told you she was coming back, right?
Yes. She said she was going away for a few days to think things over. So I couldn't tell him that without telling him everything.
You know, I'm getting a very curious impression of this woman. I don't know, just curious about some of the things she does and the way she does them.
Well, it's very difficult to understand two people's thinking. My father's and hers.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's not necessary. I still think you should get it out in the open, all of you. Don't you agree with that?
I don't know. Mike, I just don't know.
Our program will continue in a moment.
Honey, look, I don't mean to upset you.
Darling, you're not. Listen, I'm so grateful that I have you to talk to. I couldn't stand it if I had to hold everything inside.
Well, my main concern is it's bothering you so much.
It is. It's my own indecision that's bothering me. I've been caught up into this deception, and I can't get myself out of it. I don't want to hurt my father. I don't want to hurt Victoria. And I'm sure they equally do not want to hurt me.
Meanwhile, it's making you miserable.
Oh, darling, I've been upstairs lying on our bed, in the dark, trying to sort the whole thing out. And I think I do understand something my father said to me. Because if you look at it in a certain light, my mother was sent away once, a long time ago.
Sent away? I don't understand.
Well, she was sent away or driven away.
What you told me yourself, that Steve gave her everything she ever wanted.
Yes, darling, he gave her everything. And at the same time, he gave her nothing. I mean, the one thing she needed, the one thing that would have kept her with him. The feeling of being loved and needed.
Are you saying you think she was justified in leaving?
I'm saying that I'm trying to understand what made her do it. Now, to understand something doesn't mean you necessarily condone it. But yes, I can understand how a woman can make a single mistake. A terrible mistake. Under mitigating circumstances. But Mike, look how long she's paid for that.
Honey, there's still the fact of her having left you that doesn't sit well with me.
I know that, too. And I've been trying to put myself in her place and think what I would have done under the same circumstances. But it's pointless, because you can't put yourself into somebody else's place. And you can't go back 25 years to a certain time, a certain day, and wonder how you would have acted. But she was very young. And she told me herself she was impulsive. I'm sure that she thought she was doing the right thing.
Well, I still say it's academic until you hear your father's side of it.
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Honey, you can tear yourself to pieces trying to figure out the right and the wrong of it. But you're going to have a face-to-face encounter. And it's going to have to be you that brings it about. I somehow don't think that they're going to.
Really?
It doesn't look like that to me. I mean, they're both content to keeping each other in the dark, except now suddenly she wants you to be enlightened.
What? I don't understand you.
Well, all right, let's assume that they decided not to tell you the truth. Now, why all at once when Steve's in the hospital does she suddenly confide in you?
Honey, I told you. I guessed the truth. When I saw the painting, I knew. And when she knew, I guess, she had no choice but not to tell me.
Didn't she?
I'll get it. Hello. Yes, this is she.
Leslie, it's Victoria. Did I wake you?
No, you didn't, Victoria. Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm at a place called Snow Lake, and I'm staying at a lodge called the Chalet. Oh, it's beautiful here, Leslie. I wish you could see it. I have a room with a balcony overlooking the lake, and the moon is shining on it. It's just lovely. Well, I didn't call to tell you that, only that I'd arrived and where I'd be in case you needed me. Although I can't imagine why you would.
I'm glad you let me know. I'm glad you're all right.
Did your father come home today?
Well, yes, he did late this afternoon, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet.
I understand. Well, I'll call you again in a day or two. And try not to worry about anything, dear. I'm sure that everything is going to turn out all right.
Victoria, he was... Hello? Hello? She hung up.
Our program will continue in a moment.
Hello.
Look at you. You look more as if you're coming from the theater than the clinic.
Well, I changed for dinner.
Dinner? You going out? Well, what's all this?
Well, that's dinner. I got home a little early, so I thought I might as well fix dinner for us here. You know, keep busy.
Well, the table's beautiful. So are you. Well, what made you decide all this? Why didn't you tell me?
It's nothing so special. Why are we standing around here? Why don't you come and sit down? I made some martinis. Would you like to have one before dinner?
Gone to a lot of trouble, Sarah.
Joe, it's no trouble. I enjoyed it. But I did get a late start, so it'll be about a half hour before dinner's ready. It's still cooking. Think you can wait?
Yes, of course I can.
If you'd like to take a shower and change, you have plenty of time.
All right.
But first, here. Well, I have some things to do in the kitchen.
Whatever you're cooking, it smells wonderful.
Oh. Well, I finally found a recipe for that salmon. I've never tried it before, though, so you're really taking potluck?
See, I feel that some kind of toast is in order. Let me see.
No toasts. I don't want to over-dramatize it. It's just a simple meal.
It's good.
Well, I'm glad you like it. I guess I better do a few things in the kitchen.
Sara? I appreciate this. It means a lot to me that you went to all this trouble.
Well, thanks. I hope you're still happy after you've tasted the... Sorry. I'm acting silly and embarrassed, aren't I? It means a great deal to me, too, Joe.
I was going to tell her about Charlotte. But I can't do it now. Not after all this. The care she put into it. I'm not going to spoil it for her now. For either of us. We're going to keep tonight just for ourselves. Lock out the world and everything unpleasant in it.
This portion of The Guiding Light has been presented by Pampers for drier, happier babies, and by Prel Concentrate, great lather for great-looking hair. This program was recorded.